1, 2. There we go. There we go. Uh, it's always something. And you check it all before you go on, and then something happens. It's always something. Hold on, I'm going to move over a little bit this way so I can keep that up there. But how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's doing good. I'm doing good. I'm tired. But, that it's not really a complaint, just more of a statement of fact. I'm a little tired. But I appreciate y'all for coming back, because I feel like it's been over a week. I haven't been here for over a week. I missed the whole debate, and I missed the debate. And then I'll be honest, I didn't want to go back and watch it, so I watched highlights and sound bites and all of that stuff. But, am I biting at the debate tired? I don't know if I'm that tired. I'm not going to fall asleep. That's what he said. He almost fell asleep. I saw highlights of the debate. Honestly, I still haven't sat and watched the entire debate yet. I plan on it when I get a little, maybe sometime Saturday, because I don't really have any time any other day. So maybe sometime Saturday, I'll get an opportunity to sit and watch the debate. But, man, just been busy. Again, appreciate y'all coming back. Let me get to my favorite part of the show, most important part of the show, best part of the show. Let's see. Robert Willis, good afternoon. Good afternoon. We got Preston in the house. Good afternoon, Preston, representing Avondale. Thank you for checking in with us. Erica in the house. Erica representing Reading. Good afternoon. Sea Breeze. Yes, I made it. It's a gospel song in there. It is a gospel song called We Made It, or is it I Made It? I think it's We Made It. But anyway, yes, I'm here. Good afternoon, Sea Breeze. Anthony Prosser, being the hater that he is. What time is it? Don't worry about the time. That's a man-made construct. It's unimportant. It's not important. Good afternoon. And Seabree says she's checking in from Boston. Got Lewis in the house. Lewis representing Sharonville. Good afternoon. Anthony says he's representing the Wood. Good afternoon, Anthony. Got Pat in the house. Good afternoon, Pat. Appreciate you. Brent representing Dallas, Texas. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Dwayne in the house representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon, Dwayne. And then I got a few no sound. I noticed it before y'all even put it up there. I had to check. It should have been working, but, I appreciate y'all cluing me in and letting me know if I didn't know. Tria in the house. Tria says, afternoon, King and crew. She's representing Columbia Township. And yes, it's been a while. A few more people being helpful. I appreciate y'all. No sound. Or he was saying sound. Like, that's when it finally came on. Phyllis, good afternoon, Phyllis. Good afternoon. Got Yo Underwood in the house. Good afternoon, Yo. Somebody went to the barbershop. How much did they charge you? Don't worry about it. Money is a man-made concept. So it's not that important. Lewis, that's my answer for everything that I don't like or don't want to answer. Almost everything. Because almost everything is a man-made concept or construct. Almost everything. So that's my answer. Look, if they can tell me that gender is a man-made construct and all that stuff, if gender, I don't think that's a man-made construct. You know what I'm saying? You're born with a ding-a-ling. Man didn't do that. You was born that way. You're a man. But gender is a man-made construct. Okay, okay. It's not. But because you don't like that it don't agree with you, now it's a man-made construct. So, okay. That's my answer for everything, every question I don't like, all of that good stuff. Let's see. Andrea, good afternoon, representing Gulf Manor. Uh, Let me see. Regina, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Regina. Let me see. Stop hating. Stop hating, man. Stop hating. And jobs is a man-made construct too. So don't you worry about if I got a job. Drea in the house, representing Sycamore Township. Got Kimberly Eberhard in the house, representing Bond Hill. Diane, good afternoon, representing Gulf Manor. And I didn't say good afternoon to Drea and Kimberly, but good afternoon to Drea and Kimberly. And of course, Diane. Jason in the house. Jason in the house. He's representing the West Side. All right. Got CK Lewis in the house. Oscar De La Hoya wears pantyhose for a hobby, if you say so. T. Mikey G in the house, representing Covington, Kentucky. Daryl in the house. He's representing Forest Park, Mexico. All right, I don't get that one, but okay. Wow, now you're using Terrence Howard 1 × 1 = 2 logic. I don't get that either, but okay. Hezekiah had the song We Made It. Okay, I knew somebody had the song We Made It. My OSHA in the house says, well, dang, look who decided to show up. Hey, you gotta be a hater. See, I'm not showing up for my job. If I were independently wealthy like you, I would be here every day. Every day. But I got to work for a living. Can we get on with the wrestling report? That's what I'm here for. I'm sure somebody might call and do a wrestling report because we do have a pay-per-view. I'm still calling them pay-per-views. We do have a pay-per-view coming up on Saturday. That might interfere with me watching the debate. LaDonna in the house representing East Price Hill. Good afternoon. We got Lamont in the house representing Westwood. Good afternoon, Lamont. Good afternoon. Bonita in the house representing Mount Airy. Good afternoon. Pamela Kinney says she's representing North Avondale, and she says good afternoon. Good afternoon to you as well. Good afternoon. Rick says he's on. Hey, man, everyone. He's representing Coleraine. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Janice says, hi, you're back. Yes, Janice, I am back. And hi to you. Everything that I did, all the people that I met, I'll quickly run all of that stuff down later on. But you are still my favorite. Still my favorite. Seabree says the actor Terrence Howard reinvented math last week. I did see something about that. He and I can't remember the astrophysicist dude. I can't remember what his name is. Kind of got into it a little bit. You are 100% independently wealthy. You can fool all of them, but you can't fool me. Hold on. Daryl, did y'all see that lie Jamie Foxx told about what happened to him? I did not. Brent says Neil deGrasse Tyson. Yes, that's who I was thinking of. Could not think of his name. But y'all all know I had 17th degree COVID. COVID. So it is what it is. Crystal in the house. Crystal representing Fairmount. Good afternoon, Crystal. All right. Well, let's kind of get started. Where do I want to start? There's so much that happened. First, let me just say, I was out of town. I went to Detroit. I stayed at the MGM Grand in Detroit. I was not aware there was an MGM Grand in Detroit. But we ended up staying. I had a suite at the MGM Grand in Detroit. It was really just a room. The corner suite, I don't know about none of the other suites, but the corner suite is really just a room with a curve in it. That's it. It's the because somebody else had a regular room, and I went in their regular room, and I was like, this is the same size as my suite. There's virtually no difference. My my bathroom had a huge bathtub. I had no intention on using no big bathtub because the shower had a nice rain head, and that is like, I don't want to oversell it, but that's like my dream shower. I keep trying to convince Mrs. Livingston to let me install a rain head. She don't want me to install no rain head, but that is my dream shower. It had a nice, regular shower, and it had a rain head. Oh my goodness. I spent probably an hour at least every time I showered, just relaxing under that. And I watched Wyatt not too long ago, and Wyatt said he'd take like 4 showers a day or 5 showers a day or whatever. I'm not a 4 or 5 shower a day person. I'm a 2 shower a day. I shower when I get up in the morning, and then I shower before I go to bed. Now, if I get out and, like go to the gym, which I haven't done in years, if I get up and get out and go to the gym and I'm all sweaty or something like that, then I might take a shower. But other than I don't just, be sitting around chilling like, you know what? I want to take a shower and then go take a shower. I don't get down like that. All right. But, oh my goodness, I took like 3 showers a day, and I was in there for like an hour every time. I loved it. I loved it. It was amazing. But they all had rain heads. Again, I went in somebody else's room and, checked it out. So the suite was not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But I went up there, we again, we're working on a documentary. Can't give any more details than that. But we're working on a documentary, and so we were up there getting footage and interviews for the documentary. And it was decent. I didn't gamble because I don't gamble. If you ever see me at a casino gambling, I've set aside a certain amount of money, usually about $25, that I'm willing to lose just for having fun. It's entertainment. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can spend $25 going to the movies and not even think about it. Not even think about it. You watch the movie, may or may not be good. But you watched the movie, you enjoyed the movie, you got your $25 worth. Cool. That's me with the casino. I'm going to have some fun. Spend this $25. I'm going to probably win some and then lose it back. Or lose it all, and that's it. One of them two. That's the way it's going to go. But when all is said and done, I will have had fun, and I've never walked away from the casino with money. Now, at one point, because I think I've gambled 3 times. At one point, I went to the casino with my $25. Actually, I think I spent $50 that time. And I actually won $100. I just gambled it all back. Because that was the point for me. It's just to have fun gambling. If I would have gotten tired of gambling and been up, I'd have been cool with that. But I was having fun. So I just gambled until all the money was gone. And it was good. And for me, gambling is simple stuff. Like, I know how to play blackjack, and I probably should have when I was up like $100. I should have played a few hands of blackjack or maybe some poker or something like that. I don't really do none of that. I do some slots. I'll do the roulette wheel. It's one other game that I'll play, but that's really it. But for me, it's just fun. It's just fun. So I didn't get an opportunity. I say all of that to say I didn't get an opportunity to go gamble at the MGM Grand in Detroit, because I was busy, except for when I was taking a shower. I was busy working almost the entire time. But I did. I enjoyed myself. Let Let me see. My niece says, "Don't ignore my request." Oh no, I'm sorry. I got to look back and see your request. I wasn't looking at the comments. I apologize. I apologize. Let me go and see if I can find what you said. I'm coming down this weekend and I'm requesting the finest of peanut butter cookies or Rice Krispie treats. Okay, okay. I might can get you on that. I might can get you on that. Call me. I might can get you on that. Let's see, let's see. Nate in the house, representing Toledo. Um, and my AC ain't working in my car. Have you had that checked? Call me. We'll talk about it. Let me see. What else? What else? Daryl says I got a rain head, but it isn't in my shower. I'm not even sure what that means. My OSHA says I got a rain head. Who didn't know that? Who anybody in here, anybody, any of y'all didn't automatically assume Myosha had a rain head in her shower? It's probably gold. Okay, I'm going a little bit overboard with the solid gold piece, but it we all assume that you have this amazing shower and walk-in closet off of the bathroom, this huge massive. We all assume that. You don't have to tell us stuff that we already know. You don't have to tell us stuff that we already know. Yo Underwood says, "Ain't you the man of the house?" Well, yeah, but we work together. We work together, and I try to honor her request to a certain degree. Like, I want the shower head, but there are some things that I have to do it, and she don't want me going up in the ceiling and all of that kind of stuff. So I honor that. I honor that. Let me see. Let me see. My ex sister-in-law has one of those. Feels so good. It does. It does. Bonita says it's nice. My sister-in-law and I stayed there for my 60th birthday in Detroit. Yeah, it is nice. I have to admit, and if you've not, I don't go and stay at fancy places a lot. All right. I thought they didn't have a toilet. Really, I thought they didn't have a toilet. When I walked into the bathroom, I saw everything but a toilet. They have it covered up so it looks like it's a part of the shower door. And I was looking because I had to pee. And I was looking, and I was for real. I was about to pee in the bathtub because I could not find the toilet. And I don't know what possessed me to see that other handle on that other door, and I opened it up, and the toilet was in there. And I was doing I gotta pee dance. I don't know if women do the I gotta pee dance. I don't know if most grown men do the I gotta pee dance. But I was doing the I gotta pee dance, and I couldn't, because I had to pee so bad that I couldn't really get my belt loose. And I'm trying to, and I pulled the door open, and I'm kind of doing the jumping up and down, and then I found the toilet, and I used it. But they have it hidden. I did not know. I was looking for it. It's hidden. If you've been there, then you understand, or maybe some of these other fancy hotels have that same thing, but. Your suite wasn't a big deal because you weren't in a real suite. Did you have a bidet? First, I have to admit, I did not know how to spell that until not too long ago. And the only way I knew how to spell it is because Myosha sent me a text message talking about her bidet. And I was like, what's a bite it? What's a bite it? I had no idea. I did not know. I genuinely didn't know. I was a bite it, bite it, a bit it, bite it. And then, contextually, oh, she's talking about a bidet. But I genuinely did not know that was how you spell it. Sorry. Uh, and no, there wasn't one in there. So, sorry. Um, let's see. Scott's in the house representing Cumming, Georgia. All right. All right. Let me see. Why don't she keep telling us about her rich stuff? I won 4,000 in Vegas right before I had to catch my flight. I'm still mad about that. Had to leave when I was hot. The rich just get richer. Gambling, like drugs and alcohol, is highly addictive. I always pocket half of my winnings, use the other half until I lose. Yeah, no, I go in with this amount to lose, and I have yet to walk out with any extra. Let's see. I'm gonna assume you didn't hit the dispensary in Vegas. I wasn't in Vegas. I was in Detroit. They have an MGM Grand in Detroit. And again, I did not know that. Oh, let me see. Let me see. I'm telling you, I gotta pee dance is not for people who was this talking about people with prostate issues. Now, when you done held it for so long, which I do have a bad habit of doing that. I get busy, and when I'm busy, when I'm in my zone, I try to just do everything that I have to do, and then I'll feel I gotta pee, but I can hold it because I'm on a roll. You know what I'm saying? I'm editing this video, and I got a vision for where I need this video to go, and I know, or I'm, whatever. And so I'll hold it until I can't hold it no more. And then I got to get up and go run so I mean, it might be, 2-3 hours. I knew I had to pee 3 hours ago, and I was sitting there editing the video and holding it. And then I'm like, okay, I can't hold it no more. And then so I go and run to it's not good to do. It's not good to do, but it is what it is. It is a bad habit. I agree. It's a bad habit. Let's see. So okay. So there's that. That was the trip to Detroit. I drove probably half of the way up because somebody else started out driving. So I drove half of the way up, and then I drove all of the way back. When I drove back, when we left, it was like really late, like 10, 11 o'clock at night or something like that. I drove us back from Detroit, got everybody in, everybody settled, went to drive home from Liberty Township. Got pulled over by the police. See, I knew when I got on the highway. I saw the police in the median, right? Drive past him. No problem. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm legal. Got nothing to worry about. Drive past him. When I drove past him, he pulls out. But he didn't hit the lights. And he just gets behind me. I know he was running my plates and all that kind of stuff, looking for something to pull me over. Just looking for something. But he couldn't find nothing. Because I'm not riding dirty. So I drive for a few miles. He get like real close to me, and then he turned his headlights off behind me. And I'm thinking, uh-oh, because that's usually not a good sign. The police get behind you and turn off their headlights and still following you. Like, this is not a good sign. Now I know he gonna pull me over at some point. And he flipped the lights back on, and then, he light me up. I get pulled over. I pull over. He was actually, he wasn't bad. He asked me a few questions. What did he ask me? He didn't ask me, like, where you coming from or anything like that, because I wouldn't have answered those questions. He asked me, well, do you have your driver's license? Yeah, I need to see your driver's license. He asked me, did I have a firearm in the car? You got a firearm in there? And I paused for a minute because I don't. I try to be particular about what questions I answer, but because he was kind of polite, and I was thinking about it from this perspective, I said, if I was the police, and it wasn't a state trooper, it was a sheriff, Butler County Sheriff. I say to myself, if I was the police out here at what 3:30 or whatever in the morning, just messing with people, whatever, having to pull people over, I would want to know if the person's got a gun in the car so I can be, and not necessarily the person gonna tell you the truth. But anyway, so I had to contemplate, do I answer this question? And I said, well, and I was vacillating between saying, like you said, I don't answer questions, or I never say I don't answer questions, because I do answer some questions. I answer the questions that I want to answer. And I feel like if I say I don't answer questions, that's probably going to be a lie. So typically what I'll say when they ask me something that I don't want to answer is, I don't think I'm going to answer that. Yeah, I'm not answering that. Typically what I say, just like that. I don't think I want to answer that. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to answer that. I'm not answering that question. But so that was where I was kind of headed. But then, like I said, I thought about it. Inside the roads, 3-something in the morning. I said, well, no. And then he said, is it well no or is it no? And that kind of irritated me. But I thought about it. He's a cop, on the side of the road. There was some hesitation there. So let me be clear with him. And I said, I don't have anything in this car that's going to hurt you. He said, okay. He said, have you been drinking or doing drugs? And I thought about it again. Do I answer this question? I don't know what in me just decided, go ahead, answer the question. So I said, I don't drink, and I definitely don't do drugs. Now, had he asked me one more question, my answer was going to be, I'm not answering that. But he didn't. He just asked me for my license, or he asked me for my insurance card, gave me the insurance card. He went back to his car, he ran the tags and everything. He comes back. What he had told me, I pulled you over because the light on your license plate is out. The little light that shines on your license plate. He says that's why he pulled me over. So when he brought me back my stuff, my documents, he says, oh, and by the way, the speed limit is 65. You were going about 60. So you can speed up. I said, I think I'm fine, but I appreciate the information. And then he went and got back in his car. And that was the whole thing. I'll be honest. It's one of the first times getting, and I mean, I see y'all saying, that's not enough reason to pull somebody over. I think it is. I think that is a violation. It's a stupid reason to pull somebody over, but I think he's within his right to pull me over for that. And, I was kind of getting sleepy at that time. I might have been more gracious than I normally would have been, because I answered questions that I might not have wanted to or normally answered. But I don't know. I had just come from a thing, talking to all of these gospel artists and all that kind of stuff. I was feeling the Spirit, the Holy Spirit. So I decided to be nice to the guy. So, that was it. That's it. He didn't give me a ticket. He didn't write me a warning. Now, come on, the truth of the matter is, we know He saw a black dude driving down the street, driving down the highway at 3 something in the morning, and he decided, let me pull this dude over. That, that was really it. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not fooling myself. I understand that. But that was what happened. That was what happened. And even still now, which I had to remember to go out there tonight, even still now, I didn't actually check and see if the light was out. The light might be working. He might have just been saying that. But I still haven't checked. I'm going to go check tonight, see if my light is out over my license plate. It's a stupid reason to pull somebody over. But again, he didn't give me a ticket or nothing, so, you know, maybe he was informing me. So then that was that. That's about it. That's about it. That was the most eventful that everything was. Other than that, it was just work. Just work. Oh, no. One other thing happened at the MGM Grand. I say they stole our equipment. The security at the MGM Grand stole our equipment. It was our fault, but they stole our equipment. We had stuff stored because, you know, you're doing a video shoot. You got a whole lot of equipment. And so some of the stuff was sitting outside in the hallway. And apparently security came up when I wasn't there. And they were getting ready to take the stuff, but somebody else was there. And, you know, they told them, like, look, we can't have stuff left unattended in the hallway. That makes sense to me. It's reasonable. It's logical. But whoever they told that to didn't come in and tell everybody, like, hey, I wonder if that's the MGM Grand. You're not supposed to be telling that story. But they didn't tell anybody, you know, that they were talking about moving the stuff. And the stuff had been out there for a long time. Like, it was probably about 9 o'clock in the evening, and the stuff had been out there since 6 o'clock in the morning. And no one had said anything. So, you know, we like, okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? We over in the corner. We not doing anything bad. It's not in anybody's way. But the person didn't come in and tell us. So, but he did come in and say, like, somebody tried to take our stuff. I'm like, okay, somebody tried to take our stuff. That's not good. So somebody had to be sitting out there. I'm like, okay, so I'm sitting outside just watching the stuff as some of the other stuff is going on. Probably about 9:30ish, I had to get up and use the restroom because, you know, again, I didn't want to hold it. So I go into the room, use the restroom, come back out. In the time that it took me to use the restroom, which was maybe 2 minutes, tops, I come out and all the stuff is gone. I'm like, what happened? And when I tell you, it was a lot of stuff. It was a lot of heavy kind of like C-stands. I don't know if y'all know what that is, but it was a number of C-stands. It was one of them scooters, you know, the I was about to say old people, but it ain't just old people use, but like a motorized wheelchair type of scooter. One of them was out there, didn't have a key in it or nothing. It was a lot of stuff and a lot of heavy stuff. They got that stuff out of there in less than 2 minutes. Less than 2 minutes. So I'm like, our stuff is gone. So let me go downstairs, talk to the lady at the desk. I tell her we're in room whatever it was. I don't remember, of course. And we have some stuff in the hallway, and our stuff is gone. She says, "Oh, hold on, let me get the manager." Okay, cool. Go get the manager. Manager come back. I tell her, you know, we in room whatever. Have some stuff out there. The stuff is gone. And she says, "Well, we came up there earlier, and we told whoever it was that was out there that you can't leave stuff unattended in the hallway. We didn't have a problem with the stuff being left in the hallway, as long as somebody was there with it. But one of the security guards looked at the video and they didn't see anyone there. And so, you can't leave stuff unattended, so they moved the stuff. I said, hold on, just tell the truth. Y'all was watching because y'all wanted that stuff out the hallway. No, no, no. Then someone happened to see. I said, no, 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 because I was gone for maybe 2 minutes. And it would have to, like, y'all had a whole crew on standby. And y'all was like, as soon as somebody get up and leave, go get the stuff. And she was like, no, we wouldn't do that. It was, I said, come on, be honest with me. And she kind of started grinning. And I was like, y'all was watching, and you was on a speaker, you had a walkie, and you was like, all right, they gone, swarm, swarm, swarm. And she busted out laughing, which let me know I was telling the truth. So she said, okay, well, what we'll do is, are y'all using that stuff right now? I said, no. She said, how long before y'all need it? I said, we should be wrapping up probably in about an hour and a half. She said, okay, well, call us when you need the stuff back, and we'll just bring it back up. Right now, it's just sitting in the baggage room or whatever. I said, okay, that's cool, no problem. Called them to bring the stuff back up. It took them about 10 or so minutes to bring the stuff back up. And it was a lot of people that it took to bring the stuff back up. And of course, again, it wasn't quick. So again, that reinforced my theory that she never really agreed to, but it reinforced my theory they was waiting. They was watching that camera, like as soon as somebody get up and that door shut, go. Because it was just too much stuff to take in such a short amount of time. And I was like, I really wish I would have seen the kind of coordination and precision that it would have taken to get all of that stuff gone in 2 minutes. They had to send a crew of at least 12 people. It was a lot of stuff. Of at least 12 people to get that stuff out of there in the 2 minutes that I was gone. I just thought it was funny. And she knew she was caught, just the logic of it. She knew she was caught. That's why she just kind of first grinned and then laughed. Because she knew it. I'm not mad at her. I wasn't mad at them when it happened. But I'm just like, just be honest with me. You was watching. Y'all was watching. Because y'all had warned somebody in advance and they didn't tell us. So it was all cool. Everything worked out. Nothing was missing. Nothing was broken. But it was all cool. Like, y'all even drug the scooter away? Y'all know them scooters is kind of heavy. Y'all got that scooter out of there in less than 2 minutes? No, I'm telling you, Scott. Scott said you was in there for a minute. I'm telling you, Scott. It was quick. It was quick. They was on it. I was not on no toilet for no 45 minutes. It was maybe 2 minutes. It was just a quick little sprinkle. Let me see if the phones is gonna actually work this time. Fame? Fame? Okay, hold on. Fame?
Yeah. How you doing?
All right, there we go. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm pleasant, per usual.
Hold on, let me
Just
see.
real quick, I ain't gonna
Let me see if
even
the
hold
people
you.
can. I need to see if the people can hear you first. Say something.
Something.
All right, they should be able to hear you. All right, go ahead.
Like I said, I ain't gonna hold you much. I'm very glad you're back. Happy holiday to everybody.
Same to you.
But you said something about what were you doing in Vegas and who took you?
I was not in Vegas. I was in Detroit. I was at the
Oh, okay.
MGM Grand in Detroit.
Oh, okay. That's what. Yeah. Well, what was it? A church outing?
It was not a church out. I work for a company that does production, and we're putting together a documentary. So we had to go up there and interview some people for the documentary.
Oh, that's wonderful. Congrats. I hope that works out for you. But have you noticed that I just want to say this, because I don't know if you'll be on the rest of the week. Sunday is the 28th anniversary of one of the most colossal events in television history.
Oh. What's that?
the day Hulk Hogan joined the NWO and became a bad guy.
I don't like Hulk Hogan. I've never liked Hulk Hogan.
But there's never been a wrestler with a better message, especially in the 80s. Prayers, training, and vitamins. He walked so Stone Cold, The Rock, Undertaker, and all those other guys they love could run.
I'm not sure if I agree with that. I give Ric Flair much more credit than Hulk Hogan.
No, black people liked Ric Flair more because we recognize the swagger. But Hulk Hogan is the icon because his message was the best you ever heard for kids. Like I said, you've never heard any athlete in any sport talk about prayers, training, and vitamins.
Look, I'm not even. I don't like Hulk Hogan. Never have. But I'm not going down your Hulk Hogan love.
No,
That was a good
love,
message.
It's about respect. It's just respect. But that's all. Like I said, I didn't want to hold you. I thought I was going to say something else, but you were in Detroit. I thought you were in Vegas. But yeah, and I just wanted to tell you about that anniversary, the 28th anniversary, 1996, July 7th, 1996. The reason I'll never forget it because it was my 20th birthday when it happened. I was like, damn.
Okay,
You know
so you're
little
saying your
kids
birthday is
crying on
coming up in a what'd you say, on Saturday?
Sunday.
Sunday. Well, happy early birthday.
Oh, okay. Thank you very much. You know, Gina Mulholland. You know, that's my birthday twin. You know, it'd be hers too. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to talk about that Hulk Hogan experience. That was the best moment in television since Who Shot JR.
I don't know about that, but if you hold on, if you gonna say her name, you gotta say it right.
What is it,
Jeannie Mulholland.
Jeannie Mulholland.
There you go.
You know, I gotta say it like a real Rothstein would. Mulholland. I'll holler at y'all.
All right, fame. Oh, that's fame. Oh, I like when people indulge my nonsense. But okay, that's it. That's all about the Detroit trip. Now about Biden. All right, the debate happened. Again, I didn't watch the debate. I watched highlights. Apparently, Biden got smoked by lies. If you can get smoked in a debate by a person just lying, and, you know, I saw highlights. It wasn't even close. I mean, and I don't believe that people win or lose debates normally. Normally, to me, a debate is an exchange of ideas. Who won depends, you know, on each individual and whether or not you agree with this person or whether you agree with that person, okay? So, you know, usually I don't say, oh, this person won this debate or that person won that debate. Is it better to be hot or cold? Well, that person won. It ain't no win or lose. I agreed with a lot of his points, you know, one of those type of things. Hold on a minute, Brent. So I agree with his point, you know, or his point, one of those things. This is a debate. Joe Biden lost. Based on everything I saw, Joe Biden lost. He lost so bad that he waited a few days to even come up with...
Brandon, are you getting ready?
He waited a few days to even come up with kind of an excuse. Like, he was jet lagged? Come on, bro. You Can you drive, baby? You old, and you know what I'm saying? You can't hang like that. It don't mean that you still can't be a good president. But I think, like, he kind of diminishing, just say, you know, I lost or whatever. Just let people talk. Coming up with the excuse, to me, really looks bad for him. Now, with all of that stuff said, like I said earlier, I would vote for an alley cat over Donald Trump. So, it don't matter to me. It don't matter to me one way or the other how that debate went. I was going to watch it kind of for entertainment purposes. But there is nothing that Donald Trump could say or do that would make me vote for him because of everything that he said and done. So there's no chance in hell that I would vote for Donald Trump. No way. No chance. And now they talking about all this, but hold on, let me get to Brent, because now they talking about all this other stuff, which is nonsensical to me. But Brent,
What if Joe Biden was at one of those P. Diddy parties and he was there with T.D. Jakes? Would you still vote for Biden?
um, probably if it was consensual. I'm not against him being a homosexual if he were to be that. And if he were doing something non-consensual, I just wouldn't vote for him. But I also wouldn't vote for Trump. So there would just be one less vote. But there is nothing that could happen. I mean, short of literal Satan himself coming out and running, there is, and I probably still just wouldn't vote. Like, I can't vote for Satan. I can't vote for Trump. So I'm going to just have to not vote. Well, Lincoln will be talking about, a non-vote for Trump is a vote for Satan. And I'd be like, well, you call it what you want to call it. I'm not voting for either one of these dudes. So I don't know. There's nothing that could happen, I don't think, that would make me vote for Donald Trump.
Oh my goodness. Oh yeah. And so you were up in Detroit at the MGM Grand putting all the church building fund money on blackjack. Is that what you do?
Never had an opportunity to gamble.
You got to hold on 17. Hold on 17. And one other foolishness thing. Why is it that when you have to use the bathroom, the baddest, that it takes so long for you to finally, be done? Why is that?
I don't know that I have that experience.
You don't have that experience where you've been holding, then you try to go, and then it's like, oh, come on, I wish you'd have come out faster.
No.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to talk to my doctor.
Yeah, you might want to talk to your doctor, because when I go, I go.
Well, we'll add that on the list of things for the annual review. But not to hold LaDonna up any further. I know she has places to go, people to see. It's time for the Ransom Report. And we will start with AEW. Did you get a chance to watch the Forbidden Door?
I did not. I haven't watched it or watched any of the highlights or anything. But you can spoil it because I'm probably not gonna. Okay,
yeah, I caught the highlights because I'm not watching myself down in Cancun, me and the missus, and I'm like, I'll just let the boys watch it. They can tell me about it. But they did give me a couple of noteworthy items. They said most of the matches were great. The Zack Sabre Jr. versus Orange Cassidy match was a great technical match.
Okay.
And, Zack Sabre, he's known for putting people in pretzels, and he tapped out Orange Cassidy. He had him tied up in so many knots. It was almost like classic Dean Malenko.
Okay.
So that was a good match. And what was the other match? The other match was with the ladies. Mercedes Moné, a.k.a. Sasha Banks, she won her match. But after the match, who comes out? Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. And LaDonna, she is an actual licensed dentist. So they're going to have that feud, which should be a pretty good feud because she's a good wrestler.
Yeah, and she's been gone for a minute. So, yeah, I'm sure that was a big deal.
Yep. And also the championship match with Will Ospreay versus, what's his name, Swerve. Swerve actually retained the belt. There was a part in there where, what's his name? The manager from Canada. I can't think of his name right now. But he offered Will Ospreay the screwdriver to use, and Will Ospreay said no, and then he caught the last call. week. But it looks like they're just going to drag this on out until the Wembley
Okay.
event. So that should be good. But yeah, so they do a great job with the forbidden door matches. You know, those are like those once in a lifetime matchups, and it's always fun to see those matches.
They do,
because you're going to get some good action.
and WWE is really kind of talking about doing the same thing now.
Yeah. Yeah, man, they could make so much money if all of the major ones just go in once a year, or don't even make it once a year. Do it like with the Olympics, or at least every couple years, every 4 years, have a big mega show with meaningless matches. You would make so much money,
Yeah, they would.
so much money, and I'm sure the Saudis will pay for it
Yeah,
to have that event.
no doubt.
They throw money at everything else. They bought the PGA out from all those golfers who claimed they had morals and everything until the Saudi press was like, how much is your morals worth?
And what is their golf thing called?
Live Golf.
Live Golf.
LIV.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's under the PGA.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, so even Tiger Woods, talking about he wasn't taking no blood money, he's still on tour.
Mm-hmm.
So, the $1 million man, everybody has a price. And apparently even Tiger and the rest of them got prices.
Yep.
But let's switch over to WWE. Specifically SmackDown. I don't care about anything else. Did you see SmackDown last Friday?
I didn't watch the whole show, but I did see what matters.
The end.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. We will go immediately to the end. You had the Bloodline members out there. Well, everyone except for Jacob Fatu, because Solo told Heyman he wasn't there. But then after they all got out in the ring, Jacob Fatu had his own entrance. And Paul Heyman, just the looks on his face, he does great.
He deserves an Emmy.
acting.
They won't give
Yes.
it to him. He deserves an Emmy.
Yes, he does. Because it is just amazing just to watch. Whenever they're up there, I'm watching Heyman to see what he does.
Yep.
It's just the little things that he does. Even when he was with CM Punk, with him holding the belt up in the back and just yelling, "Best in the world!"
Yep.
Which was hilarious. But first thing I knew something was about to go down when Solo mentioned where they were. I can't remember where they. Oh, they were in Madison Square Garden, which makes it even better. And he said, Madison Square Garden in New York City, acknowledge me. And you could hear the rumblings in the crowd. And once again, that Paul Heyman, he is losing it. Like, what are you doing? And he has them come up one by one, and each of them acknowledged him. And Jacob Fatu, they got him being like a crazy man. I love you, and I acknowledge you. And I'm like, and then he bowed his head like it was in the Planet of the Apes, which I'm like, I'm just glad they didn't do the whole hand thing and palm thing. So I was like, okay, so I don't have to, lose it too much from that standpoint. But, it did also with Paul Heyman, I like the extra added thing where he hadn't shaved in a while.
Yes.
So he was all frazzled and his eyes are red like he had been.
I saw somewhere, and whether or not it's true, they said he hadn't been asleep for like 2 days. Just to have that look.
Yeah. Oh man! But he asked Paul Heyman to acknowledge him, and then pulled out the chili pepper leg, as I like to call it. And he was like, "Oh no, he was like, first, where'd you get that?" And he was like, "What did he say? I acknowledge that you are not my tribal chief." And then he started blubbering. I'm like, "Oh, good Lord, Paul's about to die."
It was a good segment. It was a good segment.
Yeah, Samoan spike, and I thought that was it. And then Jacob went to the top rope. I'm like, no, that man is too old to take a splash off the top rope. And thank God all it was a headbutt. So I was like, good. And then they get him outside the ring. I'm like, no, not a triple powerbomb through the table. But yeah. So, man, this is leading up to a whole bunch of different angles that are setting up to, is there going to be a new wise man? Are they going to bring back Alejandro What was his name?
Oh,
He
I
was with
can't remember
Umaga.
his name, but he was there.
Estrada.
He was so over. I don't know why they
Yeah,
got rid of him.
yeah. I don't either. But yeah, he just his whole speed was just hilarious and just so over the top that it was great. So, but yeah, so it's leading. They're doing the slow build, and it looks like for I thought they would for SummerSlam. I thought they would do The Rock and Cody Rhodes, but it looks like they're going to do Solo and Cody Rhodes. So I could easily see it somehow. Cody Rhodes retains, but then he catches the beat down, of course. Because if you're a heel, if you win, you beat down your opponent. If you lose, you beat down your opponent, but you got to beat him down.
Oh
But
yeah.
then Roman Reigns' music hits and he comes out, along with the Uso brothers, and maybe the last Tamatonga, or not Tamatonga, but the last of the
Yeah.
Hialeko or whatever, the tall one. Maybe he becomes a part of that. But yeah, but I thought that their writing couldn't get much better. I'm like, okay, this bloodline storyline is going down the hill, but their writing continues to impress me.
Yeah.
But that's it. For the most. Oh, and are you sure you didn't? Well, you said you didn't know anything about a bidet until our rich friend,
My OSHA.
what's her name? Not Myosha. We're talking about Moesha, right?
Oh, that's right. Moesha, I'm sorry. I apologize for mispronouncing her name.
Yeah, yeah. So, but yeah, when I went to Japan, they had the bidets there, but I didn't know there was a such thing as a Western style toilet until I went to Japan. And I was down on the factory floor when I was with Caterpillar and went to the bathroom, and I'm looking and I'm like, where's the toilet? And it looks like a urinal that they have mounted in the ground. And so in order to take care of your business, you got to squat to take care of, if you're gonna drop a deuce. And I'm like, oh man, every time I did when I was there on those 2-week trips, I was going up front to the executive area and using bathroom there because I ain't got that kind of coordination.
Interesting.
But
yeah,
those,
I've never used a bidet. I don't know that I would. I don't like the idea of it. I don't like the idea of it. I can't imagine it.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna say that. I don't want to question folks' sexuality. Some may like it, some may not. But they do it just from a cleanliness standpoint, and they, the toilet paper they really didn't have, and even paper towels they didn't have, which was they would carry around like what do you call it, a handkerchief in their back pocket to keep their hands dry, and I'm like. And I'm not used to that, so I would at the hotel I'd rack up on paper towels and keep that with me, so I could dry and throw it away. So yeah, but all right, that's it.
All right.
Just wanted to hit you up there. Didn't know if you was gonna be on Friday or even tomorrow.
I know I won't be on tomorrow. Maybe Friday.
Okay. All right. If so,
Yeah.
we could talk about our predictions for the King. Is it King of? Oh yeah, not the King of the Ring.
No,
but the,
Money in the Bank.
Money in the Bank, men's and women. I think the men's side is, I'd have to look it all again, but I can always see two people possibly winning. But we'll discuss it maybe on Friday, or if not, we'll do the full recap on Monday.
All right.
All right. Art, you have a good one.
You do the same.
Yeet.
And enjoy your weekend. All right. So I was talking about Biden. And I'm reading stories, and so when I say they say, by they I mean whoever wrote the story that I read. But they're talking about Joe Biden considering, ending his campaign. I think that would be disastrous. That would be disastrous. Hold on, let me go to the phones. Twin.
What's up, little man?
Hey, how you doing, little man?
Welcome back, man. I miss you, buddy.
What'd you say?
I said, I miss you, little buddy.
Oh, that's uncomfortable to hear.
Come on, man.
It is. It's uncomfortable. I thank you, I guess, but it's uncomfortable to hear. That's it. I'm not saying nothing wrong with it. Just Makes me feel
No Diddy,
uncomfortable.
man. No Diddy. What
What's
you
on
been
your
up to,
mind?
man, besides life? I wonder why. What's up? What's up with you? Been lying to us and everything.
What would I ever
Said
lie about?
said you go come on, but you didn't come on. See how you lied like the president?
I did come on,
Yeah, today. But you said you go try to come on yesterday.
and I did.
So been a man without your word. No,
I did come on.
you was out there in that slab, man. What are you talking about?
You didn't see the live, but I came on.
I did see. I saw you was driving around
Yeah,
trying to
yeah.
catch a get somebody on your block again or something. The block boys was out there again.
I'm not even sure what that means.
You know the block boys, the ones you told on.
No, they haven't
So
been
I
out there for a while since I told on
think think I'm gonna come around and set up shop. You ain't gonna tell on me, all right?
them. If you out in front of my house running shop, then yes, I'm gonna
I'm,
politely
I'm
ask
telling
you. I'm gonna politely ask you to not be in front of my house, and if you choose to stay in front of my house, then yeah, I'm gonna tell. No doubt about it.
you. I'll be shooting fireworks at your house.
That's terrible.
I had to mess with you, man. I saw you on Facebook. You was on, so I had to, chop it up, clear the airways of these clowns and stuff, trying to convince me or whatever. Mad because I won't vote and stuff. And
But
I'm not
I
in
think
there.
we've already agreed that you're not gonna vote, so I'm not even on that.
Send an email to them and tell them so they can believe. Next time we on that Democrat radio show.
I will. I'll tell them we've agreed that you're not voting. I believe you to be a man of your word. So yeah.
I change like the weather sometimes. So
So you're not a man of your word?
no, I change sometimes like the weather. So you know,
That's not
I believe in
honorable, man.
change.
You gotta be an honorable man.
I am honorable,
So if you're an honorable man, then you stay a man of your word.
but sometimes you can have a change of heart, right?
Then don't give your word about something and then have a change of heart.
That's what we was depending on the other day. But you didn't give your word that you was coming
I
on the
came
air.
on. That's what I'm saying.
No,
I'm a
you
man of
did.
my
You
word. I said I was coming on, and I did come on.
you doing that drive by podcast in your car. We don't want that. We want right there
It
with
don't
your
matter.
big shiny
I
your
still
big shiny forehead right here that's looking
it
right
don't matter.
now,
I still came on.
shining
Oh,
like a
is it
white
shiny?
diamond.
Shiny?
we want that in manual.
No,
We don't
but
want that back. We don't want that snitching manual going around like Crime Stoppers looking for somebody. We want the shiny forehead right now.
hey, I'm a man of my word. I did what I said I was gonna do, and I expect you to not do what you said that you won't do.
Okay, but look at this, Emmanuel. I looked at it. Not. I went back and did a recap on that show, and that loud voice Joy. If somebody need to put something in her mouth to shut up,
Hold on, which show
said
are you talking about?
your uncle show, Uncle Lincoln.
Okay, I
You know,
haven't. I got a chance to listen to a part of the show today, but then got busy, so I only caught maybe the first 30 or 40 minutes.
okay, it was probably towards the end almost. But she sit up there and said, "Twin, you probably couldn't get a job because you're a first-time offender." Man, if I can just reach in there and just wring her little neck or whatever, and say, I could have swore when I got out the joint I had a job, a good job or whatever, first-time offender, whatever.
Or you could have
Walked in the
told her,
joint.
I'm not a first time offender. What, you like a fourth or fifth time offender, right?
Man, yeah, if you want to put it like that,
Right. You could have corrected her on the
Yeah.
facts.
I could, I couldn't get in, go right back in.
You're right. You're right.
But I'm gonna eat alive come Friday, whatever day I get back home. Because you try to, if you go state a fact or whatever, make sure it's correct or whatever.
Right.
You don't know me, lady, just like I don't know you. But if you if you know about politicians, the laws and everything, why you just didn't say, Gwen, I'm sorry, I take it back. You can get a job as a first time offender. See, they get up there and they wishy-washy. They worry about these politicians and all that, what he doing, what the next man doing. But state your facts, really. The only thing y'all doing is just going in this stupid poll for what? I don't see no reason to ask me. I really don't, man. Both on lies, both on race. I don't see no reason.
Wait, there's a difference. Like when people say all politicians lie, there's a difference. I mean, I guess just strictly on the surface, you could literally say everybody lies.
Right. But there's how you deliver that lie.
No, it's not even necessarily how you deliver it. It's the ease with which you do it, the degree of the lie, how blatant it you know what I'm saying, how easily the lie can be disproved, what you will lie about. Like Donald Trump, there is no ceiling, there's no bottom, there's no left. He will say anything, and you can show him the video, and then he'll say, nah, that's made up. Bro, you on video saying it. We see you, we hear you. You said it live. We were all there. We all heard you. We all saw you. We all whatever. And he will just lie about it. That's a little beyond, all politicians lie. That's some pathological stuff. And to me, there's a difference between, because I think it was LG on Lincoln Show, and he was talking about, well, remember when Barack Obama said about the Affordable Care Act that it wasn't a tax, and then he said it was a tax. That's different than being just a straight pathological liar.
But tell me this, Emanuel.
Yes.
My thing is this, man. All these years, ever since Martin Luther King died, name me one good ass leader or whatever, local or high rank, took the torch of Martin Luther King, man.
I don't understand why you stuck on that.
No, what the fuck you mean why I'm stuck on it, man?
I mean,
like I said,
hold on, let me explain. Wait.
Go ahead, man.
Let me explain what the fuck I mean, okay? Because you asked politely. So I want to politely explain. What I'm talking about is what Martin Luther King was doing. Martin Luther King kind of became a leader to the degree that he was because of the situation that was going on. To expect that somebody would then step up and be him, there are certain people with what some people like to call an X factor, okay? And all the X factor mean is there is something about that person. I can't put my finger on it, but there is something about that person that's special. And I don't know that it's fair to ask somebody else to have the same X factor that that person had. So to say no leader came in and took Martin Luther King's place, we didn't need somebody to come in and take Martin Luther King's place. What we really need is for people to step up and do what they need to. We shouldn't need a leader, period. Okay? But the idea that we need another Martin Luther King, it's weird to me that there are still people waiting for another Martin Luther King.
Okay, why do black folks vote?
Because they want to have some say in who makes the laws and rules and policies for their lives.
No, they don't. They just like, Mom and Daddy, can I have that ice cream? And she say no. That's what the type of shit I look at it and stuff. It's stereotypic, man. Every time they say they'll take this away, this and all that, they putting fear in your goddamn heart. If y'all just let your goddamn nuts hang and shit and take grasp of what the fuck it is and everything, things will be all right. The leaders and all that is gone, man. It's time black folks to wake up off this bullshit, this back and forth and all that goofy stuff that's going on, and this politician and especially this local shit, these gatekeepers and all that, that's bullshit, man. That's how I look at it. Matter of fact, fuck all that. We ain't even got to vote. Let the shit play out itself and see how it handle. And everything, we ain't got to vote. We ain't got to go keep buying they shit. Black folks will be rich as hell, man, or whatever. If we just all come together as one and quit fighting and everything else among each other, we can all be loved as one accord. Man, but no, it's always jealousy and everything, and the white folks scare y'all. Even in the rap game, got back and forth and all that. They can't even fucking sell records. Now they got to do concerts because the bullshit they selling and shit is bullshit they rapping about. So, man, yeah, I'm a preach, man, because I get tired of this mess in this world, man.
Well,
Somehow you get mad at me because I don't want to vote. Go suck a dick. That's all I'll say.
Well,
all you motherfuckers are against me and shit, talking about that bullshit. Man, go on with that goof ass shit. There ain't nothing but scare attack for black folks. If if I don't get my ice cream on, I ain't gonna able to eat. Man, it's extra ass people out here, man. Go ahead, man.
I'm not.
Yeah.
First, I have to say the conversation took a very drastic, unexpectedly aggressive turn out of nowhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm just pissed, man. I'm just pissed because us black folks and shit is scary as hell, man.
But
scared that motherfucking white folks go
no.
And you go lose your job.
Hold on, stop.
Job, house, or whatever.
I reject that it's scare tactics. Saying.
Why come you do?
But I'm gonna explain it to you. I reject that it's scare tactics saying what someone has said that they're gonna do. That's not a scare tactic. To say
what the fuck it is then, man? What is it then?
It's telling you what the person has said they're gonna do. I don't want you to be scared. I want you to be aware.
Man, get bullshit.
So
man.
it would be considered an aware tactic, not a scare tactic.
Yeah, it is, because we all vote like it's a
goddamn.
So y'all hit the lottery. And don't come in my face with that bullshit.
Twin, to me, here's the difference between a scare tactic and an aware tactic, okay? All right? And this is just me. Everybody is not going to agree, all right? But hopefully you can understand it, because I know as a brilliant guy, you will. A scare tactic is saying stuff that you couldn't possibly know to be true, and you just making up a worst case scenario to actually frighten people. Like, the immigrants gonna come in and they gonna take all y'all jobs. Based on what? Based on nothing. You just want me scared and hating immigrants. You know what I'm saying? You want to traffic and hate. You want me afraid of all of this nonsense that's gonna happen.
Amen.
That's a hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Now let me get to what an aware tactic is. A candidate says, "I'm going to be a dictator," and you tell somebody else, you know, he said he was gonna be a dictator. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just trying to make you aware of what he said. So one, you making stuff up to scare me. The other, you're telling me something factual so that I'm aware of it. Making people aware of what Trump has done, has said he's going to do, is not a scare tactic. It's an aware tactic. Go ahead.
Man, whatever you trying to fucking create or whatever you trying to say, I ain't trying to hear that. I understand that what you coming from, your point of view. But my thing is this, man. Don't come at me with that mess. Come out, if you don't vote and stuff, your rights gonna be taken away and all that. Man, I got the right to do what the fuck I want to do.
I agree.
Do it in a good legal way or whatever. Shit, I pay taxes and everything else. I'm from the United States or whatever. I ain't no African American shit. I'm just a black man. Live, trying to make it. Look out for my kids and family. I ain't with that bullshit. Whatever happened, man. God allowed to happen, man. We definitely living in the last day. And they rushing people, women, man, you 3-4 years, where y'all was at now? All of a sudden, y'all coming out the woodwork. If you don't vote, he gonna take this. Man, they been hollering this shit for God knows when. If you don't go to that thing, we gonna take your food stamp. We gonna take your Medicare away. Okay, take it away, then. I'll find a way to get some more. Ain't gone with that. That stuff, that politician stuff, I don't agree with it at all.
Look,
I really don't.
I'm telling you, for real, twin, I agree with you to this extent. You have a right to not vote. And I also believe people who don't understand the nuances of politics and stuff like that, if you don't get it, like you don't understand why it's important, not that you have to vote, but if you don't understand why it's important to vote and, all of that kind of stuff, you probably shouldn't vote. I agree with you. 100%.
Hey, man, I look at it like this. They don't give a fuck about us, just like Michael Jackson said. Anytime you send all that
Well,
aid over
he
there,
didn't
them
say it
billions
like
and
that.
dollars and stuff, that's right there is a red flag. They definitely don't give a fuck about us sending all that money. But look at the people over here hurting, man. Look at the people, all the homeless and everything. And they want to baptize these kids with all this medication and everything. Now they diagnose them with fucking ADHD. There ain't no damn time it's a mental problem. It's about to be a mental problem. Just like they said when they're saying don't let the bed bugs bite and them bed bugs came. And y'all keep hollering that mental shit. There ain't no damn mental shit. Some of these shit is premeditated, man. Now, man, wait. In a couple of more years, China about to sweep this shit. They about to send that new drug out, and it's about to be a wrap, man. Right? You think you seen zombies and everybody getting purged? You'll see, man. You'll see.
See, Twin, that would be considered a scare tactic. See,
Ain't no
because
scare tactic.
you
It's
have
not
that's
spontaneous.
based on nothing except for attempting to scare people. That's a scare tactic.
Hey, man,
Yes,
if
sir.
you pay attention to shit, you'll know that fentanyl, I been knew it was coming. I knew this way back in Chicago. They said they was go send it out.
Who
Hey,
is
shit.
they? Who sent it out?
Man, the streets. China sent it out, man.
China sent
Who
it?
else? Hell yeah, they sent that shit. They the one they get all the opium and all that extra shit. The
Okay.
cocaine and all that.
I
That
did
come
not-
from over there, man.
I didn't know that all the fentanyl
Man,
came from
wait,
China. I didn't know.
Man, they got a new shit that's coming out, Emanuel. I forgot the name of my brother-in-law put me up on it 2 years ago. Wait, it's go flood. It's worse than fentanyl, man.
Ooh, worser.
Yeah, it's worse, man. All that chemical-based shit they putting on that weed, man, that ain't nothing. They go flood that weed. That's why I don't smoke that shit, man. Shit, if it ain't homegrown, whatever, fuck it. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man. You'll see. You'll think your motherfuckers post in front of your house. Man, it's about to hit the streets heavy. That's why I ain't in the streets like that. Because, man, if I buy something, I don't know what I'm buying. Shit been stepped on, cut on, and everything else.
And the
Shit, I
Chinese, just so I'm clear, there's some Chinese people.
There's some new
Who-
shit in the lab that's coming out, man.
But wait a minute, I need to understand something because it's got to make
Fuck.
sense
You
to
don't
me.
know about the streets then.
Wait,
So I can't really break it down.
You might be able to break it down. Just answer. I got a few simple questions. They're simple too. All right. So there's some Chinese person or persons who run a lab, and they're
It's coming
creating.
from China, man.
Wait,
Just
let me get the question
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
Let me get the question out. And they're creating some synthetic drug that's worse than fentanyl, but they went out of their way to tell the dudes on the streets of Chicago that it's coming out to destroy America.
It's just not from a word of mouth from Chicago. It's all over, man. It's all over. It's just not Chicago, man. That's when I heard my brother-in-law knew
When-
was up there.
Any
Then I got
idea when
word.
it's coming?
Huh?
Any idea when it's coming?
No, ain't no damn idea. It's coming though.
Well, you should know when it's coming. Like you make a movie and you say the release
I don't know
date
if
is
it
in
goes snow tomorrow. If
2027.
I'd known it was gonna snow, I'd tell you.
But this is
Shit.
different. Like they can tell you when Beverly Hills Cop Axel F is gonna drop on Netflix. They know the day is gonna happen because they're in control of it. Whoever is making these drugs, they know when they gonna drop it in the U.S. Is there any way for us to find out?
Do United States tell you how much drugs they catch up every year or every day?
I'm not sure they do.
Every day.
I'm not
Hell
sure
no, they ain't gonna tell you because they got to get they cut. So many droughts get caught up in shit a year.
Oh.
They still got to pass that dope, man.
I believe
That's
that.
the name of the game. They got to pass that dope. Shit, that's the number one fucking drug on the United States or where all over the world. It's
Well, dope is not necessarily. That's very broad. Like, what's the number one drug? Dope. That's not. That it don't work like that. What's the number one drug in the United States? Dope.
Man, you got
Like, come on.
got pills.
Right. So what is the number one drug? What's the number one drug?
Ain't no number one drugs right now. Number
Well, that's
one
what
drugs was that fentanyl. At first it was meth still.
But
The
you
fentanyl
said-
coming behind. You still go keep them pills, and then you addicted. You got the perks, Vikings, and all that.
Oh.
That's the baby chair right there. But people want to hit the next. The game so messed up. They hitting that 1 and 2 hit it on the 1 and 2 and shit with the fentanyl just to get a goddamn better deal or whatever. Shit ain't right no more, man. Just
Look,
cut now.
Twin, I don't pretend to know. I'm not in the streets. I have no intention of going to the streets. Whatever this new drug is, I don't intend on using it, buying it, selling it, or anything like that. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm kind of out of the knowing that. So I'm taking your word for it.
Neighborhood Community Act.
I'm just taking your word for it.
No, I'm just telling you what's about to shake, man.
Okay.
And people think everything cool and want to be faded and all. You ain't growing this shit yourself. Hey, you out of luck, homie. So they gonna be walking around like zombies in a couple of years, man. They hollering that mental shit. Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. It's definitely about to be mental out here. That's all I gotta say, man. I'm gonna keep my word proper. I ain't gonna vote him, man. I ain't even gonna waste my time on them goofs. Cause the last thing, man. Now one of them say how they go take care of the black community, what agenda they got for the black people. When the old girl, the moderator, asked the question, they couldn't even answer, man. They said, well, he hit me. He didn't sound right then. They was back and forth and shit like it was Jerry Springer 2.0. So I'm not going to get into that, man. That man was asleep, regardless where he was on and all that extra, man.
Hold on, I had to ask you one last question. It's really quick. If Joe Biden drops out of the race and Kamala Harris becomes
Hell no. Nope.
What you got against Kamala?
Huh?
What you got against Kamala?
I voted for Obama because he's black and intelligent. I thought he'd go really, really do something for my city and for the black community. Only thing he did for push that health care, gave them senior citizens that phone, and push that damn LGBT shit.
Well, that health care is a big deal. The health care is a big deal.
What?
Health care is a big deal.
Yeah. All these crazy people around here. He did a good thing, and I'm proud of that. Hell yeah, I'm proud of that. So, but the only thing he did is that health care, them phone, pushed that LGBT, and took out a white affair.
He did a few other things, but okay, I get what you're saying.
That's a damn lie, man. They picked somebody who look almost like
not
him.
A lie. He did do other stuff.
What?
He did do other stuff.
Yeah, all right, stand on. That Biden, I didn't vote for him, and I voted for Trump and shit, but I didn't come behind and vote for him again. And Kamala, no, I'm not voting for her ass because she put cases on all type of niggas. Just like Biden did that crime bill and all them. Yeah, no. I still remember that shit. Hell no, I ain't vote for that clown.
All right.
I'm cool. I'm cool on both of them, man.
Okay.
If I really, really want to get down and change my mind, I will go for Trump as we stand right now. If I really wanted to.
And what do you think Trump is going to do specifically for black people?
Same thing he been doing, grabbing about a pussy.
And that's what you look for in a candidate.
Hey, he's gangster, 34 felony and all that. That's gang. That's black, ain't it?
No.
The 80s, 90s, 2000s, he was hanging with rappers and all that. Fucking prostitute. They ain't bring that out yet, did they? Oh, but he racist.
I'm not sure. What's the point that you're trying to make?
You do your research on it and holler at me when you find out.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Hey, you be safe, man.
Hey, you do the same. Enjoy the holiday.
Yeah, you and the people in the chat and all that. Be safe, Emanuel, man.
All right,
still cool with me, even though you don't get no bigger.
Even though I don't get what?
No bigger, no taller, man.
Oh.
You still cool.
All right.
I gotta straighten that out. You kind of asked to be on that goofy stuff.
All right,
man.
All right, take it easy. All right, that was Twin. He said a lot of stuff. CK.
Hey, what's up, man?
How you doing, sir?
I was just listening to your phone call.
Okay.
I heard your boy talking.
Uh-huh.
Y'all talking about them drugs, man, them good-ass drugs.
Well, I don't know that any of them are good.
No, I'm talking about the number one and number two.
It must be raining pretty hard out
number
there.
One, man. I think we got to go cocaine, man. We talking about America. We ain't talking about, let's go with America.
Okay.
I say cocaine number one. Cocaine rules the nation. And then I think that dog food, that good old heroin that you stick in you stick it in your veins, that mother ain't very dangerous. I think that might be number 2.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Crystal meth might be in the distant 3. Yep.
Oh.
I think looking at the top 3. But like you said, with cocaine, neither one of these. I would never suggest anybody try any of these. You feel me?
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't think people should put white powder up their nose. That could be detrimental to health.
Okay. I agree.
Yeah. Cause,
Now you're saying your rankings are what? Based on how many
street,
people
like-
you think use them?
Yeah, like the profit margin. Like looking at the stock exchange, I think cocaine is the most. I think that's the most consumed drug in America. Because you know, you got the white girls, you got the white men, you got the blacks. You know what I mean? You got a lot of people that you know, they made careers off of cocaine. A lot of people, you know, it's a big business. It's big business, and I think that's the drug that everybody does.
All right. I'll take your word for it.
Yep, I really do.
Okay. Is that it?
No, I wanted to tell you that I think Joe Biden has to finish this, sir. He has to finish.
I think I agree with you.
It has, like you said, any type of stop off would destroy everything. I mean, you know, but it is a good. Just get in there and then hand it off to Kamala. You know, cheat. You know, if you just cheat, I think you could pull it off.
Well, he hung up. That's not cheating. That would be more strategic than anything else, but it's not cheating. But I agree. He's got to finish. Nate.
E-Man, what's happening?
Oh, you're loud. How you doing?
Pretty good.
All right, that's better.
I was just about to say, how about now?
Yeah,
Okay, so I want to talk about a couple of things, if you don't mind.
I don't mind.
First of all, to contradict something Twin said directly, if the Chinese sent the word out, or somehow the word leaked out all the way to the streets of Chicago, that the Chinese was about to make some kind of drug that's worse than fentanyl, and they was about to send that new drug plus the fentanyl
Hold on.
all over America.
Hold on. You still kind of distorting. I don't know why. I don't know what's going on with your phone.
Dad, you said it was doing good for a minute, right?
Well, yeah, but that's when you were talking lower.
Okay, let me talk low.
Yeah, something happened. You got
Chinese-
excited. And
If the Chinese,
okay.
and somehow we found out that the Chinese were going to send this drug to America, and everybody, even Twins, knew about it, right?
Uh-huh.
Why didn't Donald Trump know about it? And he had 4 years. Why didn't he stop it? Just like I want to know if the Chinese, if coronavirus or COVID-19
COVID.
was made in the Chinese laboratory, and the Chinese somehow engaged in espionage and chemical warfare, and they sent it over here and it killed over 1 million Americans. And Donald Trump was the president, and his number one job was to protect Americans. Why didn't Donald Trump stop it? And why didn't he do anything to punish the Chinese for killing 1 million Americans? And
Good
why ain't
question.
the Democrats asking about none of this stuff? Now, my take is, Donald Trump, you see him hanging out with them guys at the extreme fighting event. I don't know what the league is called.
The
anymore.
UFC.
The UFC. So you see Donald Trump from time to time. He be at them UFC fights, right?
Uh-huh.
And I think he's adopted some of their tactics, which is you just beat the hell out of people. It don't seem like there's no rules. I've seen them punch people in the back of the head, kick them all in the ribs. I mean, you can just do anything to the people. And once you get them down on the mat, oh my God, you just beat the hell out of them.
Yep, ground and pound.
Donald Trump, back in the day, man, when I was first starting out in activism and politics, we used to call ourselves guerrilla fighters. We took that term from the African real fighters. You know, they fought with guns and they actually had wars. And then I remember black people telling us, why y'all calling us a bunch of monkeys? That's not what it means, but somehow they prevailed upon us to be more gentle with our language and more gentle with our tactics. And all of a sudden, we stopped operating like guerrilla fighters and we started playing by the rules. Basically, we went from being the Donald Trumps on the Democratic side to being the Joe Biden and the Michelle Obamas. When they go low, we go high. We always try to be moderate. But if you look at Fox News, if you listen to Rush Limbaugh when he was alive, if you listen to Sean Hannity, any of the rest of the right-wingers, they are still engaged in guerrilla warfare. Steve Bannon just checked into federal prison because they fighting for real. They don't care about no rules. They don't care whose feelings they hurt. They don't care if they hit below the belt. They don't care if they kick you in the booty. They do what they got to do to win. And so how can we compete? I'm asking the political science guy from Alabama State University for an answer because I'm frustrated. How can we compete if we keep fighting with one hand tied behind our back?
Well, I mean, clearly the idea is right will prevail. You know, good triumphs over evil, and you don't have to get down in the mud and fight because then both people end up muddy. So the idea is, but to answer your question, I think you have to rely, which is, I'm going to finish that and then you have to rely on people having good values, good morals, a good understanding of issues, and just some common sense. And so if you are fighting honorably and, you know what I'm saying, not becoming that you are against, you expect that good people will see good people fighting the good fight and want to vote for those people. Now, that's the idea. But clearly we see that's not the case because so many people...
And it's not working.
No, because so many people are confused. And I think we've gotten to a point where people don't know, well, some people don't know the good from the bad. And a lot of people don't give a damn about good and bad. And so it really does become one of these things where in order to win, you gotta become the thing that you fight against, which defeats the purpose. And that's why it's hard for the Democrats to win, because I believe they're trying to not become that they're fighting against. Whereas the Republicans, they don't seem to care. Like, hey, look, you like me, you don't like me, you think I'm moral or I'm immoral, you understand that I'm lying and all that. I don't care, because I understand that a good portion of the country either doesn't care about it, doesn't know about it, or they down with it. And
So you and me can't solve this question I'm about to ask you, but I'm gonna ask you anyway.
all right.
So I've been watching Fox for a long time. In fact, you might remember I appeared on Fox back in the day. I was on the Sean Hannity show. I appeared on CNN and some other shows. But what I've been watching Fox News and some of the right-wing radio people do is they do this. They got this thing they do. So for a while, they were trying to trick people into believing that Obama wasn't smart. He wasn't really no college professor who taught constitutional law. He was really just an affirmative action dummy who got into these big name schools because he was black, because of the color of his skin.
Yes.
He wasn't even no American. He wasn't born in America. And so for a while, they went on this thing about if you take away the teleprompter, Obama's nothing. He's
Yes.
an empty suit.
I remember that.
And then that didn't work it did work to a certain degree, but overall I think it didn't work. Then they tried it with Hillary. They said, well, Hillary is just as bad as Donald Trump, but they also took it a step further. They said, you keep watching her. Hillary's on her deathbed.
Yeah.
Hillary hit her head. She's got brain damage. She's got these thick pop bottle glasses. In fact, they said she's got a body double. So
They did.
people started believing it. Now, right before the debate, for months and months and months, they said Biden is got Alzheimer's. Then a couple of weeks before the debate, they said they basically put him in a catch-22. They said he's either gonna come out like an Alzheimer's man, which he really is, or they're gonna give him some drugs. They're gonna shoot him in the ass with some Adderall or some drug, telephone twerking twin, and some of the rest of these guys. They might know some drugs better than I do, but some kind of magical concoction of drugs. And then, so if Biden did good in the debate, they're gonna say he's drugged up, he's jacked up Joe. If he did bad like he did, they're gonna say, see, we've been telling y'all all along, and they said that we was lying. How in the world can you combat that when they keep putting this stuff out here, people keep believing it, people like Radicalized Ron, Telephone Twerking Twin, and some of the rest of them, they do their work, they take it, eat it up, and spit it back. How do you combat that?
That's the question. That's the question.
Where
I mean,
is our
'cause
Fox News?
it's the same thing. You know, if Donald Trump wins, then hey, everybody just loved him. If Donald Trump loses, then it was rigged. So there's, you know, that's what they do. And again, you have to rely on people to use common sense, and they're not using it.
Email, a lot of people listening to you and in the chat, they voted against Hillary. They said, oh, she's such a terrible person. We got to have the alternative. Trump ain't never did nothing to black people. Forget about him discriminating against us and all. Do you think those people will ever step over and say, I was tricked, I won't be tricked again, I made a mistake, I'm sorry, black people, I won't make that mistake again?
I think some people did. Some people did do that. But I don't know that enough people will do that.
Okay, my last question. This is almost July the 4th. I want to go back with you. You remember we used to go down to our grandparents' house. They had a little bitty house. The way I understand the story is they built that house, them and some people in the community. They literally built Grandma and Granddaddy's house from the bottom to the top. Now,
It's the only way to build
if
it.
you remember, well, I know we was talking a couple of weeks ago, and you had said, how do you remember some of these people and I don't remember? How do you remember some of these things and I don't? Do you remember that in the backyard of Medea House, they had a chicken coop and next to the chicken coop was an old outhouse.
Yes.
Now, we didn't, okay, we ain't that old that we actually had to use the outhouse, but the outhouse had not been torn down.
Correct.
And they also got water from a well. No, it wasn't that type of well where you go dump the bucket down and you have to put it up by the rope, but they got well water.
Right.
I say that because we got some revisionist history going on, and I really don't understand it. We are not that old. We are in our mid-50s. Some of these people who listen, they're older than us, they're a few years younger than us, but a lot of them is in their 40s, 50s, 60s, and higher. How in the world can y'all say that things haven't changed for the better? We don't use no outhouses no more. Even down in Alabama, they ain't using no outhouses. They ain't getting no water from the well. They got city water, y'all. They got, a lot of them got houses that's nicer than the houses in the city. And city living is so much more better than it was in the 60s, 70s, and even in the 80s. So I don't understand how we have people who actually live through these things, saw it with their own eyes. Dr. King died in the 60s organizing a Poor People's March on Washington. Why was he doing that? Because we had a bunch of poor people. And after King died, we got all these food stamps and government benefits and WIC stuff that your boy Telephone Twerking Twin has taken great advantage of. Him and his kids, about 5 different women. They've taken advantage of all that stuff that Dr. King and President Lyndon Johnson, all this stuff, but yet they tell us ain't nothing changed. We just as bad as we ever was. We just a step away from slavery. What do you say about that on this July the 4th when people is getting together with their families? How is this happening?
I'm not sure that I wholeheartedly agree with your premise. I agree with it to a large extent, but the idea that country living and city living for black people, when, you know, old school stuff, outhouses and well water and all of that kind of stuff, indicates progress for black people. There was a lot of poor white people using outhouses and well water and stuff too. So just modern conveniences being better for everyone does not necessarily mean that life is better, you know, in the context of the racial divide and discrimination and all of that kind of stuff. However, I do agree with the majority of what you said. And I think what people look at, you can look at the world, the way the world is, and we can still see, those of us who choose to, can still see that racism still exists. Because, you know, there's a movement from a lot of people to try to convince us that racism itself doesn't exist anymore. But racism does still exist. And when people see the different levels of racism, the hidden racism, the institutional racism, you know, the systemic racism and all of that kind of stuff, it's easy to look at it and say, okay, they put some, you know, they slapped some new paint on the outhouse and whatnot, and they might have even run some pipes to the outhouse, but it's still just a fancy outhouse. We still, the discrimination is not as evident and visible, but we still see it. Now, I agree, things are better. I don't know that a legitimate argument could be made that, you know, race relations and structural and systemic discrimination and racism and all that stuff hasn't gotten better. But I think it's not, a lot of people can kind of see behind the curtain and see some of what looks like it got better. Some of that stuff didn't get better. It just is different. So there are
like what? We got the richest poor people. I remember Republicans used to say this all the time. We got the richest poor people in the world. Nobody goes to bed hungry in America unless they just want to. We got black people.
I don't agree with that.
Wait. We got black people staying at the MGM in Detroit City with a fancy rain shower.
But again,
We got
again, using that logic, right? I could stay at the MGM Grand with a rain shower and then on my way home get pulled over by the police just because I'm black. So just because I got the money or the means to stay at the MGM Grand and spend an hour in the shower doesn't mean when I get out the shower and go out on the street, I don't still get hit with that systemic racism. So I think to equate one to the other is where you lose me, because we can be as rich as we want to be, but okay, we all rich, from a world standard. But if you take, I'm kind of making this analogy up on the fly, so it might be flawed. But if you take me and you and all our brothers and sisters, put us all in the house, and we all got to live together, right? But the girls have all the control, and they have the bulk of the money, and they control what the boys do. And we down there at the bottom, we might still be richer than the Jacksons next door. But in terms of the way that things are structured in the house, which is what people are talking about, not that we got the richest poor people, but that the structure in this country is heavily weighted to one side, and there is still discrimination and things of that nature going on. It's not right to look at us and say, hey, this household is rich, right? But I got to clean the toilets every day, and they just get to sit and, eat bonbons and dictate what I get to eat and how I get to eat it. And, when they want to throw me a bone to make me feel like something changed, they can, the idea that because as a nation we're rich and because we have opportunities, that doesn't mean that racism and discrimination and all of that stuff doesn't still exist. And that is what people, I believe, when they're talking about the changes, that's what they're fighting against.
Now, just my last to respond to what you just said. So, how do people not get that? Which party is for raising the minimum wage, and which party is against it? Which party is for?
The Democrats
which
are typically
party is for? Right. Which party is for living wages and union workers, and which party is against it?
Democrats are typically
Which
for.
Which party is for closing the wealth gap between blacks and whites?
Not
And
sure
which
if either
party-
party is for that.
Which party gave us the child tax credit that by everybody's standards actually helped lower that income gap between blacks and whites? I think the Democrats is for the people, and the Republicans, through their policies, are against the people. And I don't see why people keep making this argument that they're all the same and voting don't matter. It's tangible to me. I just see it. I don't see how they don't. That's all I have for you. Hey,
Yes.
whose house we meeting at for July the 4th?
I'm not sure.
We might drive down.
I think it was Nick. I'm pretty sure. You had to give him a call, but I'm pretty sure that he called dibs on the 4th of July.
All right, man.
All right.
Talk to you soon, and maybe see you tomorrow.
All right. All right. But yeah, now I understand why people say that they're the same, even though they're not the exact same. They're not the exact same. But I get because of the things that he said, I don't believe that the Democrats they actually want to close the wealth gap. I think they want to exploit the wealth gap. That's what I think. But oh, hold on, CK is back. CK.
Hey, my bad, you man. That rain, man. I got caught in that rain, and you know what I mean. You didn't deserve that. You know, I got more respect for you than that. You hear me?
Yes, I understand.
You knew it wasn't intentional.
I believe that it wasn't intentional.
Come on now. That's why. Listen, man. You was gone last week. People was out here hurting. You hear me? I know you read the comments. They was hurting.
No one said that, but I appreciate the sentiment.
Yeah, man. We like, man, what's up? You good? But you know, like I said, you got to handle your business. Ain't nobody else gonna do.
That's very true.
You got to do it yourself.
Very true.
But I was happy to see, you know, that Taraji P. Henson was at the BET Awards and she did her thing. Made a great comeback.
I saw a little piece of the BET Awards. I was somewhat disgusted.
What you disgusted? That sounded like Stacey Red.
A lot of them were disgusting to me. Like the new thing in what they want to call music is wear the least amount of clothes you can, turn around, and make your ass jump up and down.
Gyrate.
And that is what passes for entertainment. Like very few when Lauryn Hill got up there and she was actually singing with the band was actually playing, and that was a whole nother level. Now again, I didn't watch the entire awards show, but almost everything I saw, they was either lip syncing or rapping over, basically screaming over their song. And I've never understood why some rappers do that. Like, you just gonna play the song and then you just gonna scream over the actual song. At least take the lead vocals out and then, do your rap. But they don't even do that. They just play the song and scream the rap over the rap when they feel like it. I was like, what is going on? And like it was almost all women performers, which struck me as very interesting. But it was almost all women. And like I said, almost every single one of them, their whole thing was turn around and, shake your ass. And, they got that's their move. Like, that's an actual dance move. Turn around, shake your ass. Like, you know what I'm saying?
How long now? That's it. That's a great, excellent, what you saw was a great analogy. Yeah, that was great summary of what happened. But you got to go back. When did this twerking phenomenon take over? I think we're looking at about 05, 06.
Now, way before then.
No, no, what you just said. No, sir. This is the first. So this is not the first time you covered this subject matter of women turning around shaking that ass.
No, this is definitely not the first time.
It seemed like this came to everybody. Like you have a few, you got your Trina and your Lil Kims, but then you got your, like you said, your Fugees. Now we got a whole lineup of women. Women have took over hip hop and the NBA. The WNBA has took over basketball, and the women has took over hip hop. Give them a congratulations, sir.
But I don't know that I agree with that at all. I'm still not watching WNBA, not some personal protest or anything. I just think it's a terribly unexciting brand of basketball, so I don't watch it. But I'm not sure that women have taken over. And I'm not prepared to say that it's some sort of conspiracy to corrupt the women who have long been the backbone of the black community. But I could see the argument being made that the strongest people, or, kind of historically, the people who have kind of upheld the standard in the black community and who are progressing and excelling much greater than, in general, the black male. If we can take and corrupt this next generation to where all they care about is their sexuality, and morals and whatnot be damned. We've already, to some degree, to a certain extent, kicked the black man down. These black women are making strides. It's time to put something in their face. Whereas, yeah, we put drugs and gangster rap and all different kind of things in the face of the black man, and a whole lot of them succumb to that. It's time now to work that same plan against the black woman. But I'm not going as far as to say that that was the plan. But it was interesting to me that almost every performer on that show was a woman shaking her ass.
Yes. I have to address what you just said. The ass gyrating is phenomenal. For years, the media tried to keep it out of our face. In the late 90s, they pushed the foot. They pushed the ass. They pushed it. It was Sir Mix-a-Lot. You remember? He made a song about, oh, y'all trying to push these flat booty chicks. Sir Mix-a-Lot was the beginner. He's the pioneer.
He's not.
Now, the one that took the twerking to the next level was Molly Cyrus. Like, I think around 04, 05. When she went crazy, then that made all women, and that's where the BBL phenomenon, all that stuff took over.
I don't agree with your version of history, but I guess you have a right to believe it to be so.
Yeah, you got to. That's one thing about you. Look, you were so caught up in the media, you being a part of the media, you missed history. That's what I was like, damn, he didn't even know drill music. That's what I knew. That's your own people pouring out blood, right? 2 hours away. Oh, I never heard of that. What?
I didn't miss it, but I don't know that I agree with your version of history.
Yeah, you get, like I told you, it's gaps in your brain from being part of the media. You just, like you said, you can't even tell the people they wasn't even worried about DV until OJ killed Nicole. Before OJ killed Nicole, they was acting like DV was normal. Then,
acting like what? I didn't understand what you said.
DV was normal.
That's not true.
Oh my! All you got to do is look at the laws. What pushed them over there? You heard the law? What is it? The Amber Alert.
Domestic violence laws existed long before OJ and Nicole.
I'm talking what tightened the grip. What made it? But when that OJ thing happened, that made it where the police get called, you going to jail. It was not like that before OJ.
It was.
That was direct.
It was.
No. Look it up. It's Google. Now, what you going to do when you wrong? Is you the type of man to say you wrong, or you just keep rolling with the lie because you hope you're right? Because I know this for a fact. I guarantee you it's not before 93. I guarantee you it's not before 93. That's mandatory go to jail. Now you got caught in the lie. I'm giving you facts. You trying to play.
And if I prove you wrong, then what?
I'm a man. You know I'm a man. I think I got more integrity than you on admitting being wrong. You can't admit being wrong more than me.
But that's only because I'm not wrong as much as you. But
no, it's simple.
You can look it up. I'll look it up, and I'm telling you, you're wrong.
No, that's what I'm saying. What makes you think I'm wrong? What made you think, when did these laws get in effect? You think Amber Alert just came along? It came along because of Amber.
Yes, you're correct about that. That's
what I'm saying.
You're correct about that.
So you acting like you so part of a media trying to push a front when you don't know the street, the real. If you was a civilian and not a media, you would know these things. These things that you're because the agendas that you're pushing as a media, as a member of the media, that you missed out. And now you're lying to yourself. I don't know. Why would you even think I would make something like that up?
Just so you know, I wasn't in the media in 93 or 95 or 99. So what I'm telling you is not based on anything that I was pushing in the media. What I'm telling you is just what I know.
So what you know is the O.J. Simpson case had no effect on domestic violence.
I never said that. Never said that. You said something to the effect, this is not a direct quote, but they didn't care about domestic violence until OJ and Nicole. And you indicated that you believe that nowhere in the country was there a law, or because I don't even know that some of that stuff is an actual law, but nowhere in the country was it a practice that if the police get called for a domestic violence and they see evidence of domestic violence, that someone has to go to jail.
Thank you. You just proved my case. Okay. If
I'm not
what
sure
you
how
say
that
is
proves
true,
the case.
watch. When you listen, you're going to find out how it's true. If what you say is true, if domestic violence was important before this, why didn't he go to jail for beating her ass when they came to the house and she had bruises?
Number one,
Why
just because one person gets away with breaking a law, or even a number of people get away with breaking a law, that doesn't mean that people don't appreciate the law. You know how many people have gotten away with sexual assault? But it doesn't mean people don't take sexual assault like nobody cares about sexual assault. Some people get away with stuff. I think he got away with it because he's a celebrity. And in this country, maybe even around the world, but I've not been around the world, and I've been here. But in this country, celebrity is so, I'm about to tie this back to the presidential election. Celebrity is so important. That's why Donald Trump is where he is. Not because he's a great orator, not because he's got a keen political mind or a keen mind or any morals or values or dignity, but because he was a celebrity. And in this culture, we celebrate celebrities no matter what. That's why Diddy can get away with doing the stuff that Diddy did for so long, because he's a celebrity. That's why a Michael Jackson can get away with doing the stuff that Michael Jackson did. Even if you don't believe that Michael Jackson sexually assaulted kids, all right? Michael Jackson was a grown man sleeping in the bed with 8-year-olds, getting on TV saying, what's the most precious thing that you can do is share your bed with a child. Now, hold on. I'm 52 years old, right? And you telling me you got an 8-year-old that I don't know. And I tell you, CK, send your 8-year-old over to my house and we're going to sleep in the bed together. And you like, what? And I'm like, hey, the most precious thing you could do is share your bed with a child. People would look at me like, this end is crazy. But because Michael Jackson was a celebrity, that made it okay. It's different. He's a celebrity. He wouldn't do that. So the fact that OJ was a celebrity and got away with doing some stuff doesn't mean that the nation, the law didn't care about what that thing was. It just means we value celebrity more than we value law, rule, order, value, morals, all of that stuff. We value, as a country, we value, or as a culture, I say, we value celebrity over all of that. So I don't think that proves your point at all.
But listen, sir, the thing about what you're saying, the Michael Jackson thing, that's totally legal. He is not breaking no law. You don't bring your perverted, nasty mind into some garbage that he's not breaking no laws on.
I'm not talking about whether or not he broke the law.
So it's no,
which
it's not, so your celebrity
he may,
hold on, your
he
celebrity
may
is making
or
him,
may not have broken the law. But the fact of the matter is, the point that I'm making is that there is a different standard for a celebrity than there is for a non-celebrity. Again, you go down the street and you hear a dude talking in Kroger, just some regular dude talking about how he's sleeping in the bed with 8-year-olds that's not his relative, like just random strange 8-year-olds. You looking at that dude sideways at the very least. But his celebrity insulates him from that. That's what I'm talking about. It's not whether or not he broke a law. The point that I'm making is that in this culture, we value celebrity over a whole lot of stuff.
Oh, okay. Now I heard you. I just want you to realize that as a media, y'all look at the celebrities like they're wicked, they're evil. So any allegation you looking to put him to be guilty, is more money in him being guilty, which is the lie, than it is in the truth. That yeah, he just a big old kid that like to have slumber parties. That's the truth. But you want to lie and say, oh, he's an abuser. That's not who he is. He's just a big old kid with billions of dollars.
That's the truth. That's what you say because he's a celebrity. You wouldn't say that. You wouldn't say that about Joe down the street, that the little kids in the neighborhood come over his house and he sleeps in the bed with 8-year-olds at a sleepover. You wouldn't say that about Joe.
I mean, when you say, listen, why it ain't a law then? So where's the law at? Why it ain't, why, if that's such, what is it?
Hold on.
Tell me, what is it about sleeping with 8-year-olds that got
that first, that's just a bad thing, but you're getting caught up on the example. Don't get caught up on the example. The point that you were trying to make was that because OJ got away with committing a domestic violence, that means the country didn't care about domestic violence. And the point that I'm making is that doesn't mean that the country doesn't care about domestic violence. That means that the country worships celebrity. You're drawing the wrong conclusion from the event. That's the point I'm making.
I'm gonna leave you with this. I just want you to hear. You're right though. I agree with what you're saying. You know, I could be swayed. I'm not one of them people that gotta stay one way. But I'm just saying, before that murder, it's a high profile murder. So when that happened, that made people look like if they would have arrested him, he wouldn't have been. Maybe she could have been alive. They was looking at that as an example. So that pushed people to make laws that particular case. That's all I'm trying to tell you. That happened, and people looked at it like they could have saved her life. So in honor of Nicole Simpson, let's push it. If the police are called to your house, you have to go. I'm just saying that's a California law that went into effect because of Nicole, because of her death.
There may be a California law that went into effect because of her death. That I don't know, but that wasn't what you said initially. You said that practice had not been in effect before then. So maybe in California that's the case, and I'm saying maybe, but that practice had been in effect in many different parts of the country.
Yeah, that's a good bet. We're going to see if it's the first. Now, I am right if it's the first place to implement it. You're right. If they say yes, L.A. is the first place, then that means it's because of her. But you're right. If they just adopted someone, I'm just saying that, yeah, you're right, though. Hey, man, I'm going to keep listening. Thank you for having me on, brother.
All right, CK, thank you for calling. Yeah, I didn't want to get caught up on the example. I don't know what Michael Jackson may or may not have done to kids. I do know he bought some kids, which is weird. At the least, that's weird. And again, Joe down the street having all of the kids over for a sleepover at his house, telling you, I'm going to sleep in the bed with all the 8-year-old boys. Everybody would think something negative about Joe because Joe didn't release Thriller. That's all I'm saying. Blade.
Hey, buddy. What's going on?
How you doing, sir?
Good conversation, but I can't understand. He don't understand that a grown-ass man is a problem with a grown-ass man being in the bed with kids. No, it ain't no law, but it ain't right.
I agree.
What grown-ass man what grown-up let a grown-ass man have sleepover with their kids?
That ain't even got no kids. Now, I mean, for real, Blade, I know you know this, but just for real, y'all, think about this. There's a guy named, I don't know, Jesse. There's a guy named Jesse that lives, say, 3 doors down. He's a single man. He's in his 40s. He's a single man, and he invites your child to his house for a sleepover and tell you right to your face, we gonna sleep in the bed together. Are you letting your child go to Jesse's house?
Hell no, and it would be something wrong with Jesse if he want to invite my child. If he even think about trying to invite my child to his house.
Exactly.
But anyway, hey man, a good conversation. I'm glad you brought up the BET Awards is very uh, raunchy and trifling, and somebody was saying to my well, the women have took over rap. If you look at all the women that are out there now, they used to be strippers. Strippers are rapping now, and when you go back and look at the majority of their songs, they're not writing them. It's men writing their songs. So what's going on with that? And then you had Kirk Franklin, and I forgot the guy's name. That raggedy song, Will Smith. Like Will, he wants to come back to black people now. I mean, what is going on? And why is Kirk with every person? I mean, with all these people with the tight gear and lipstick on. What's up with Kirk, man?
I don't know.
I mean, you're down with the gospel cats. What's up with Kirk?
I don't know. I don't know Kirk. I've never met Kirk Franklin.
Because him and Will really thought they did something the other night.
Yeah, I didn't see it. I saw like the very tail end where it looked like Will was surrounded by people with robes on, standing there looking goofy. But that I didn't hear the song or anything like that.
But it amazes me how these people, and I don't know what, maybe these are paid gospel singers or whatever. After black people fall off, they always want to so-called run to religious songs like that's going to make us run to them. I don't know. But I wanted to ask you something. It's kind of, I'm going to say it's sickening on both sides, Republican and Democrat, how we run into these old-ass white men like they are saviors. And you got black people sounding like slaves, talking about they don't care is Joe died, they still gonna vote for him. It's only I don't hear white people saying they gonna vote for a dead man, but we got slaves, black people acting like slaves, and we don't care if he's in a wheelchair and a diaper.
Well, hold on. Let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You say you haven't heard white people saying that. That means you haven't been listening, maybe careful enough. I've seen many interviews. There's a lot of people who go to these rallies and they talk to these Trump people. And these Trump people have said basically the same thing. They don't care what Trump does. Trump can murder people, be proven, found on tape that he wrongfully murdered somebody, and they would still vote for him. The sentiment kind of goes both ways.
Well, it was kind of two different things. They ain't saying if Trump is dead, they would still vote for him.
They would vote for him if he was locked away in jail.
But they didn't say he was dead, though. If they were dead, they would vote for him.
It's a distinction without a difference.
It is a distinction with a difference. Our people said they would vote for a dead white man for him to be president. Okay? And how would a dead white man be president if he's dead? We sound silly.
I don't know this because of course I haven't researched it because you just brought it up, but it's possible that what would happen is if Joe Biden died and was elected, that what might happen would be that succession thing. So then the would-be vice president would become the president. But I don't know about that for sure. So the idea that I would vote for the Democratic Party even if the specific representative passed away, because it happened before. Republicans voted for, what was his name? He died. I think it was in Wyoming. He died. And Republicans voted for the dead guy, and the dead guy won.
Yeah, that happened down here too. Hey, but also another thing, dealing with the female, it kind of looked like a plantation too, with the female basketball. All the women that put it at hard ass work with basketball, and this ugly white woman comes like she's a savior, talking about she saved women basketball. It's sad, man. and then you got a lot of black commentators on her nuts, like she a man, and it's sad, man. This girl hasn't been playing basketball a year yet, and they saying that she really saved female basketball. I mean, I just don't understand what's going on. And one more thing before I get up your phone.
Yes, sir.
Your boy played himself again. I don't think Fame really like black people, because every time you look up, white people is his savior. Hey, have a good one.
All right. I don't know what he was talking about there. I missed the context with that one. Y'all, I gotta get ready to get out of here. It's been good. It's been fun. It's raining. I got some stuff I got to take care of before tomorrow. I want everybody, I was going to say go out and enjoy. There are some people who enjoy the rain. If you're one of them people that enjoy walking in the rain, go and enjoy yourself. Oh, I got to grab this. Key.
Hey, what's going on, Emanuel? Is you off the air?
I'm not.
Okay, I
Not
know.
yet.
I heard you said you got to go. I just happened to be scrolling through YouTube and you popped up. I say, Emanuel.
Yeah, I was in the middle of signing off when the phone rang.
Okay, what time you come on? I missed you.
I think I got on at about 4:15ish.
Oh man, you've been going for a while then.
Yes.
Okay, well maybe you gonna be on tomorrow.
No.
Oh, okay. Why you say it like that? Like no, and don't
Just
be
'cause-
expecting it.
Yeah, just because it's not going to happen.
Hey, dang you, man! You cut me up like that. Hey, Emanuel Livingston. All right, Emanuel, I'll let you go since you was about to cut out.
Key, enjoy your holiday.
I will. You too. Be safe till next time. When is the next time? Friday or you don't know?
Possibly Friday.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure about Friday because I have something that I have to do, but I think it's later in the evening, so I might be able to come on Friday anyway. So I can't necessarily commit to it, but I'm very much leaning towards it.
Okay, well, I guess I got to catch you when I catch you then.
All right.
All right, you enjoy the rest of your day. Be safe.
You do
hey,
the same.
everybody, y'all be safe. Have a good one.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Look, y'all enjoy the rest of y'all day like Key said. Hold on, let me get her name down and put my name up. I don't want people thinking I'm Key. Enjoy the rest of y'all day like Key said. If you like the rain, go walk in the rain. If you don't, I like to open the windows because I like the smell of the air either when or after it rains. So whatever. Enjoy the rest of your day. And as always, be the reason that somebody smiles today. Till next time, I'm out, y'all. Peace.